how to lower prolactin. Okay, so this is a guide where I will show you what are the, like I said, also real reason behind high prolactin. Okay, because yeah, there are so many gurus that try to sell you something, okay, like aftermath pills like cabergoline and so on. And yeah, it's not always about supplementing in order to fix prolactin, okay, because I work with many guys, okay, even naturally I am able to lower in many guys prolactin by like 50% at least, okay, so at least by 50%, or go from like very high prolactin, like I don't know, 50, okay, so I always forget the units. Prolactin, like from 50, nanogram per milliliter, okay, to less than 20 or 10, okay. So yeah, prolactin is something that from my own experience and from experience working with hundreds of clients need to be on the lower end, okay. So in this video I will show you why your prolactin is elevated, okay, so what you really need to check in order to bring your prolactin down, okay. So even problem with man boobs, big erections, okay, or blocking your erections, okay, so not be able to go several rounds, okay, so very low libido, okay, having sex maybe just once per week. This is all connected to prolactin, okay. So also secondary hypogonadism, so low testosterone, is also connected to prolactin. Even low level of DHT, they are also connected to prolactin, okay. Okay, sometimes I don't know if some of these things we will talk about, if they are also just impacting 5-alpha reductase enzyme, or they are affecting more like prolactin, and this will cause downregulation in 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. So yeah, the problem is that with most guy, okay, so if it's not this prolactinoma, okay, tumors, okay, popping cabergoline is generally not healthy, okay. Cabergoline in specific amounts can be used, okay, and will help, okay. Also, don't expect to have like results in 1 week or so, okay, but you really need to know how to use it, because overusing cabergoline, use it for a prolonged period of time, will lead to several health issues, okay. So the number one thing, okay, so, and I experimented with this recently, okay, gut problems, okay. I have gut problems, okay, and I tried, food eliminations, okay. I tried things that fix my leaky gut, okay, and LPS, and honestly, I have improved prolactin dramatically, and also the other positive effect was 5-alpha reductase enzyme, okay. So I was not using anything else, okay. So I knew exactly that fixing my leaky gut, LPS, led to, first of all, much higher testosterone, okay, higher DHT, okay, so much better morning wood, definitely, okay. So, and prolactin dropped like by 30%, okay, just by this, okay. So, but I knew that I have a gut issue, okay, so I knew, okay. So it is really good to make tests, but generally most of guys, even without symptoms, they can have a gut issue. Honestly, the same was for me. I would never believe, okay, that I have, for example, gluten sensitivity, okay, because I was eating gluten, there was no problem, okay. So I just found it when I was doing some comprehensive blood tests that I have found, okay, that I have a gluten sensitivity, okay. So food sensitivities, allergies, leaky gut, okay, this all can contribute to increased prolactin, because, for example, endotoxin, LPS, okay, if you fix this, your testosterone go up, okay, DHT, because DHT is also affected by IL-6, for example, yeah, and if you will bring this down, okay, so your DHT goes up, okay, testosterone goes up, okay, morning mood improve, okay, so prolactin goes down significantly, okay, so I did nothing in only fixing this, and like I said, I was able to decrease my prolactin really dramatically, okay, so yeah, you can also look after the gut issue also comes with different dermatitis issue, okay, so you have different skin issue if you have rosacea, okay, red skin, dry skin, dandruff, and all these kind of things. Most likely you have any type of gut issue, okay, so yeah, you definitely need to do proper test, okay. So another thing is inflammation, but like I said, most of these can come from the gut. Another type of inflammation is from mitochondrial dysfunction, okay, so it can be because, for example, I have guys that are on keto, carnivore, excessive ferritin, okay, so, or iron overload, yeah, PUFA, then, you know, insulin resistance, you know, even mouth infection. Always when guys also want to work with me, many guys that have terrible, you know, terrible teeth condition or gum conditions, okay, so this can also damage your heart, okay, so it's highly inflammatory, so you need to fix this also, you know, so, and also nutritional deficiency are contributing to a lot of oxidative stress, okay, so definitely you need to check your inflammation marker, homocysteine, CRP, okay, so yeah, check your liver enzymes. You really need to look at inflammation, okay, so what else is contributing, okay, to high prolactin? It's not always like this, but high estradiol will also increase prolactin, okay, so I have seen also guys, they had like low estradiol but prolactin was high, okay, so it's not like strong rule, okay, but many times, for example, in guys that are using SSRIs, I see this common pattern that high estradiol also increase prolactin. And most likely, if you get estradiol in golden range, your prolactin goes down, okay? So definitely, this can also improve. Even if your prolactin is not in like middle range or something, even bringing your prolactin down, even if it's still in like healthy range, bringing your prolactin down is very beneficial from my point of view, okay? So for me, you know, if your prolactin is under 7 nanogram per milliliter, I think that's good or optimal. From 4 to 7 is from my experience perfect range, okay? So this is like I said, estradiol can contribute to elevated, you know, prolactin, okay? So also neurotransmitters like serotonin, guys that are taking SSRIs, most of them, okay, even when they are, when they stop, in some guys, prolactin will normalize, but in some guys it's still in the elevated range, okay? So like 11, 15, okay, so definitely bringing prolactin down is crucial. Many guys on SSRIs, okay, even on how should I say, supplements, okay, they increase serotonin, okay, they have elevated prolactin. Even gut serotonin, okay, so inflammation and so on, can contribute to elevated prolactin, okay. So there is also prolactin is antidote to dopamine, okay. So one of the way is to boost dopamine in order to lower prolactin, okay. So dopamine is also one of the critical thing that can, you know, decrease the prolactin levels. Okay, you need to think about nutritional deficiencies, D2 receptor sensitivity. Okay, it's not always about 9-MBC, 9-MBC and other drugs, you know, that somehow magically will raise your dopamine. Okay, it's about fixing your basic, okay, oxidative stress, okay, increasing BH4, B vitamins, okay, cofactors for dopamine synthesis. This is what you really need, and even sensitive dopamine receptors, okay. Also, high serotonin will block your dopamine, okay. So you need to understand that, for example, in situation like taking SSRIs, also high serotonin is blunting your dopamine levels and so increasing also prolactin, okay. So definitely lowering prolactin will improve situation, and also fixing it's not just only lowering prolactin but also fixing serotonin, dopamine, okay. So neurotransmitters are also contributing to this, okay. Block dopamine production pathways. It's like I said, it's not always about things like 9-MBC only create new dopamine neurons, okay, but it's not about increasing dopamine and increasing D2 sensitivity, okay. For this are different ways, okay. So even for example, Clostridia in your gut can create, like I said, imbalance in your neurotransmitters, okay. So but like I said, you can do test, and all other things, you know, to find out the root cause. If you need my help, there is an email for my coaching, okay. So yeah, like I said, also I was talking about Clostridia. Clostridia affects noradrenaline because it blocks dopamine production to noradrenaline, and you have even if you have a higher dopamine, your noradrenaline will be low, okay. So that can also contribute to this, okay. So yeah, again, stress, GABA, all this contributes to prolactin. Chronic stress, high stress will definitely peak your prolactin, okay. Probably not in a way that, for example, serotonin, low dopamine will peak, but it will have an effect, okay. So also ATP, energy in your body will also have effect on this, you know. And I see it in many guys, okay, recently, that they have subclinical hypothyroidism, okay, and this itself contributes to high prolactin levels, okay. I see it in blood test, okay, and most likely when we are fixing this, okay, we are also decreasing, you know, prolactin levels, okay. So because especially if you look at free T3, okay, and if it's at lower range, also most likely you will see increase in prolactin. But you should not only look at the free T3, but also you need to look in reverse T3, because it's like even free T3 is in good range, but reverse T3 is elevated. Reverse T3 is like decreasing the action of free T3, okay. So yeah, guys, probably that are all things contributing to prolactin. Yeah, things also like using endogenous opiates or opiates also can also create to elevated level of prolactin. So of course, if you had some painkillers, okay, like I don't know, tramadol, you know, they can also contribute to elevated levels. Also, there are things like, you know, gluten, like I talked about. It's also like opioid that you will get from food. Also, there is, for some guys, milk consumption. I only consume goat milk and sheep milk. Okay, so uh, when I go after cow milk, I always just do A2 casein. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you need my help, you know where to find me. Bye.